Hey, Sci-Fi here. In this video, I wanted to show you how to install the Sci-Fi ARLA board in the Dye MXR. We have this beautiful dark MXR here, courtesy of John McLean, and we're going to tear this open and show you how to install it. When you get your board in the mail, it's going to come in a standard flat rate shipping box. If you've bought boards from me before, you know I don't spend any money on marketing or packaging. I just try to make you a solid board. So when you get this opened up, your board's going to be in this bag here. And we've got the board and a sticker. When you get your board out of the package, it's going to have this 3D printed protector on here to keep the eyes from getting bent or crushed during shipping. So to remove that, you just push on the nub right here in the center of the circle, and that'll pop right off. So here's your ARLA board. We have two 3D printed rubber grommets on here that are going to replace the eye towers once we open up the marker. So first thing we're going to do is remove the batteries. And we're going to remove the core. And then to remove the original board, we've got to take off the grip frame. So I'm going to pull these two screws out. You can probably hear it's storming pretty good here in Waco. We're shooting this video in the garage right now. This is our second attempt because we lost power a couple of minutes ago. Alright, so once your screws are out, you can remove your grip frame. And then you're going to remove your board retainer clip. And your original board can just kind of shimmy out just like that. Now on your original board, there is a little rubber seal around that 6-pin header. You can pull that off and put that on the new board. But if you forget, it's not really a big deal. So now we have the new board. Because of the height of these eyes, we're not going to be able to shimmy the board in there without removing the battery compartment. So I'm going to remove the original towers. And then I'm going to take off that battery compartment. I have found that the compartment comes off easier if you actually pull that screw out of there, instead of just leaving it in place when you unscrew it. At least one of the two screws has to come out. I'll leave this one in place. And then your battery compartment comes off like that. We can put the new board in place right here. These two rubber grommets are going to fit into the holes where your towers used to be. So we're going to just kind of press those into place. They're going to be nice and snug. And you can kind of feel them pop into place just like that. And then I'm going to put my board retainer clip back on. I'm going to put the battery compartment back on. And we can put the grip frame back on. Make sure that you get those 6 pins aligned with that connector before you press it into place. You don't want to damage those pins. But that goes on nicely. And then we're going to put those 2 screws back in. There we go. The other screw on the front side. Okay, and put our batteries back in. Put the core back in. And the front cover. There we go. And we can test this by turning on the board. We can see the red light's on right now. Just stick your finger in the breech and you want to see that red light go green. So these eyes are working great. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you all that this does work with the original tack and also the free flow tack. So right now we can see the red light going green. So if I remove that OEM tack, we can put in the free flow. And eyes are still working great. Markers back together, this thing's ready to play. All right, everyone, thanks for watching.